What's up guys, Chinese Guy here. I'm back today with a new video and I'll be talking about all the attack helicopters we've seen so far up to the multiplayer live stream. There are three main attack helicopters I'll be talking about today, and they're the American AH-1Z Viper, the Russian Mi-28, and the Chinese WZ-10. In the multiplayer live stream, the map seige Shanghai, there are only two attack helicopters, the Viper and the WZ-10. Each faction only had one helicopter on their side, but I still think there's a possibility for two attack helicopters or more on each faction for the same map. I think the design of this map is really fitted for helicopters since there's so many tall buildings and the helicopters can fly around it to avoid the lock-on missiles and the stingers, but also it limits the spaces of the helicopters can fly between and is forced to maneuver through those buildings. The first attack helicopter I'm going to be talking about today is the AH-1Z Viper. It is US faction's main attack helicopter and will be returning from Battlefield 3 into Battlefield 4. In real life, the AH-1Z is an attack helicopter for the US and is primarily used by the United States Marine Corps. In Battlefield 4, just like Battlefield 3, attack helicopters will share their customization along with the other faction's attack helicopters. They will also perform more or less the same, but there's always a certain aspect of that one helicopter that performs better than the other faction's helicopter. It will have its strengths and weaknesses, so it will be a bit different flying the different factions' helicopters. The cockpit of the Viper is very similar to the one in Battlefield 3, just more detailed. It has the gunner sitting in the front, and in my opinion, the Viper's view from the cockpit seems to be very open, and it allows you to see more without going into third-person mode. The next attack helicopter I want to talk to you today about is the Chinese WZ-10. The WZ-10 is the attack helicopter for the PLA in real life, and that'll carry into Battlefield 4. It was only in service in these recent years, so it's still quite advanced and new. But we have actually seen this helicopter in the Battlefield series before, but in Battlefield 2, once again being China faction's main attack helicopter. In Battlefield 2, the WZ-10's cannon wasn't as powerful as the Havoc's, but its rockets are better built for anti-infantry because it has a higher blast radius, and maybe the WZ-10 in Battlefield 4 can be like that also. The last attack helicopter I want to talk about today is the Russian Mi-28. We've actually seen this attack helicopter many times in other Battlefield games, such as Battlefield 2, the Bad Company series, and Battlefield 3. I have a really strong feeling that it will return in Battlefield 4. The only time we've seen the Mi-28 was in the 17-minute single-player gameplay called Fishing in Baku, where it was chasing a squad that was driving down the road, and later the Mi-28 was shot down by you with an M32O grenade launcher. It was only seen in single player, but we know for sure the Russian faction's in Battlefield 4, and the Mi-28 makes a perfect attack helicopter for the Russian faction. On to the second part of my in-depth attack helicopter analysis. It is the part where I talk about all the customization. In Battlefield 4, all the customization is split into these categories: primary weapon, secondary weapon, countermeasure, upgrades, paint, gunner secondary weapon, gunner optics, and gunner upgrade. So what is in the primary weapon? So far there's the normal Hydra rocket pods, which is the same as Battlefield 3's rocket pods, but the effects of the trail of the smoke coming out from the rockets just looks awesome. Then there's the Zuni rocket pods. They're more designed for anti-infantry, and they'll probably have a bigger blast radius and higher splash damage. I would say the Zuni rocket pods are great for maps like Siege Shanghai because there aren't as many vehicles and the buildings provide great cover for you to get away from anyone shooting at you with either bullets or using lock-on missiles, because the buildings will break the line of sight from your enemy. On to the secondary weapons. It currently only includes the heat seekers, which is more or less the same as Battlefield 3's. It locks on by using heat signatures coming out from the air vehicle's exhaust, but flares and ECM jammers can help you avoid those heat seekers. I'm not sure what else they can put in this category. Maybe they can put guided missiles or another set of rocket pods as a secondary weapon. So tell me guys, what do you think? In the countermeasure section is only the IR flares, which performs more or less the same as Battlefield 3. It helps you avoid getting hit by heat seekers. And another thing that they can put in this category is the ECM Jammer, which most likely will be back. And I think the Extinguisher could be in this category too. It just brings your vehicle health from below disabled back to just about to be disabled, so it gives you a chance to escape. But I'm not too sure if this will fit in this category, so I want to hear what you guys think. In the upgrade section is currently only stealth, which just helps you from being spotted, and it makes it harder for people to lock you on with heat seekers or stingers. I would also guess things like air radar, which tells where all the air vehicles are, and maintenance, which just helps your attack helicopter regain health after taking damage. Most of these customizations for the attack helicopter so far is very similar, if not the same as Battlefield 3's attack helicopter customization. Paint is the same for all the vehicles, including the attack helicopter. It just helps you blend into the battlefield, and it gives you a further way to customize. On to the gunner customization. The gunner already has the original cannon that fires explosive rounds, and also has the secondary weapon, which currently includes the guided missile. It locks onto ground targets and laser designated air vehicles. I would also say the TV missile will be back too. If you play Call of Duty, it's very similar to the Predator missile or the Hellstorm, and you get to manually control the missile. But I found the control of the TV missile in Battlefield 3 were quite difficult, so maybe they can change that in Battlefield 4. In the gunner optics section, it includes zoom optics, which was always helpful for hitting targets further away. Also in this category is the IRNV Optics, which shows the heat signatures of enemies and enemy vehicles. It just separates them from the background. Lastly is the gunner upgrade, which is currently only the autoloader, and that helps you reload faster. I think things like proximity scanner could be in this too, because it can just help you detect any enemies around your helicopter. All these upgrades from the gunner just helps to boost the power of the attack helicopter. Thank you guys for watching. I'm always happy for the support and feedback. I want to continue to improve and make each video better. I also got a new mic, and that'll be shipping soon, so maybe on my next video, which will be on Battlefield 4 armored vehicles, you can notice the difference. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment. Check out my channel for other Battlefield 4 in-depth videos, and while you're there, subscribe too. And I will continue to strive for being your #1 source for Battlefield 4 videos. Peace out, guys.